Hello, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to episode 23 of Brewing Live, filling your digital cup with great stuff. Brought to you by D Cup Coffee Republic, the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines, and now going global, soon to be global. And our physical space is located inside Pioneer Center along Pioneer Road, corner Brixton and United Streets, Capitolio, Pasig City. So if you're near the area today, if you want to join us, if you want to just spend time with us, go there. It's just such a wonderful place, and you will enjoy some of the food and great drinks there. And because Decaf Coffee Republic is open daily from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. only because of the pandemic situation. So, but the coaching services that we have, which is on demand, is still 24 by 7. So, any time of the day that you need, you need to have a conversation with a life coach any day of the week, just connect through 0917-586-1661. And Brewing Live is a 30-day exploration journey that aims to fill your digital cup with great stuff and ignite your space with opportunities, impact, income, and influence. So for the last couple of days, we have been having a daily Brewing Live, and you would see that also in Decaf Coffee Republic. Just check on the videos, check in there, take a look at the videos, share your comments as well, and your takeaways as far as your experiences and what's happening right now. And we started the journey last September 1. So if you go back to the videos, last September 1, and you can watch the replay there on the episodes in our FB page at Decaf Coffee Republic. So Life Coach Philippines FB page also is being published, and also in Coach A I Connect YouTube channel. So just search in Coach A I Connect YouTube channel. And thank you for joining me today. Please do tag a friend in the comment below and share this link to your timeline and FB groups as well, so that we can reach more people and help transform more lives, help transform more people. And this project is partnership with Coach A Coaching Club. Our mission as a club is to create massive impact by turning our talents into income and influencing the people in our chosen domain and territory to the platform of life coaching is. So if you are someone who wanna learn more about entrepreneurial skills, how to run your business and your life coaching profession, it's just a wonderful experience. Right now, we're coming in the fifth month next month, and it's such a powerful experience. It's a life changing experience, and a lot of understanding and a lot of mindset that you would need to be changed for you to have an effective um, to be an effective entrepreneur, and especially a life coach. So batch two now, I'm from batch one, and batch two is already happening. And if you are interested to know more about the club, you want to understand more about what's happening there, or if you want to be part of the premier club for coaches and entrepreneurs, please connect through 0917-586-1661. So, okay, for today's episode, I will share to you discovering your motivational quotient. So, let us begin. So I want you guys to be intentional as a self leadership. In self leadership, we're always going to be wanting to be intentional, and we're going to use hashtag pack my bag moments. And the hashtag pack my bag moments is for us to be intentional on the discussions that you have, be intentional of what you wanted to learn, what you wanted to hear. And if you already have that pack my bag moment, I highly encourage you to post that in your timeline, share that in your timeline for other people to be also blessed and really reading your learnings and your experiences on the things that you read or the things that you watch, and especially this Decaf Brewing Live is something that would be beneficial for other people as well, especially those people who are following you. So if this is the first time you're joining me, I am Coach Shaun. I'm a professional certified life coach, certified from the Global Institute or by the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneur based in Dallas, Texas, USA. And with coaching, I focus on stability with your personal and professional life. If you want to be able to have that stability and making sure that you're able to enjoy that, Then I work on there. I also help people with clarity on where they want to go, their purpose. Maybe that is something that you're needing on a clarity perspective and making sure that you're in the right route. Also, consistency in the results that they want, maybe in their relationship, maybe at your work, something you want to work on, and also influence, because all of us, we always wanted to do something much bigger than ourselves, and making that impact is what something that would give us meaning and fulfillment in what we do. I've worked in the corporate environment, specifically in the BPO industry, for 14 years, so more than a decade. And I ended my career there as a director. So my goal there was very, very simple: just be promoted every 3 years, which I'm thankful, because that happens with the hard work and dedication that you do. You're always able to achieve the goals that you have as long as you put your mind to it. Time life coach. I do this profession as a certified life coach full time. It is possible, supporting people in the areas of self leadership. I shared a while ago, self leadership is our ability to be intentional in the way we think, the way we feel, and also the way we act. And in my personal side, I've been married for 17 years. My spouse is also a certified life coach, which is Coach Teen. And if you would see her in Life Coach Philippines doing live. And I have two wonderful kids, age 18 and 14. All right. So let's start this. Do you guys see this in my screen? If you see this in my screen, type in your comments there. Let me know what you think this is. If you can still remember this image of uh, the circle, the round circles that you see in the screen, that says Coke. This is called called POG. POG. So back in the 90s, POG became a worldwide fad, and Coca-Cola produced and released their own sets of POGs and Slammer for their POG Coke Panalo. Yan, POG Coke Panalo. If you can still remember that, type in your comments. That time in the 90s, Coke Pog Panalo. I can still remember that in the ad campaign. And every kid used to fervently check every Coke bottle. When you buy a soft drinks, you're not excited anymore about the soft drinks. What you're most excited about is the bottle cap, to see if you won something there. And when you find something and you want it, you'll just go to the store and replace it with those Pog. And did you know, do you know, however, what POG means? So if you're looking at the picture now, this is one of the designs of Coke POG Panalo. Yan. Um, Drop in the comment, what do you think POG means? POG, what does POG mean? Do you know? Is that something that you are familiar of, aware of? Um, if you think about, POG stands for Passion Fruit Orange Guava. Passion fruit orange guava. And it's a tropical juice drink created in 1971 by a product consultant named Mary Soon, and who works for Haleakana Dairy on Maui, Hawaii. And it consists of blends of juices from passion fruit, from orange, and guava, hence POG, P-O-G. And how do you play this game? If you can still remember, how do you play this game? Well, what you need to do first is for you to be able to get that stock, right? Those pogs. And the players, or the one that's playing the game, would need to have the same amount of pog um, for them to combine it. And they eventually need to stack everything for them to start the game. On the left side, these are the bigger ones you see are being used for as the one that you smash, and the right side are being used, which is being smashed. And the way that it's played, if you can still remember, you need to smash it, and you need to smash as hard as it can. And eventually, if you see one pog that's turned over facing up, if I can remember correctly, that's the thing that you would need to get. And that's how it's being played, as far as pog is concerned. And if you can remember this guy, if you see that in the screen, this guy, the name of this character is Poglodite. Poglodite is the name of that. So if you don't know, now you know. Um, and that's where really the game bounce up and have a lot of people really enjoying it and really enjoying how the experiences and also really the connection between the people. Um, However, Pog, if you notice, just died, but not because of their natural death. After a few, I think it's a year. Eventually, it didn't. We weren't stop playing it already. But the reason why it died, if you guys know, it's because parents and schools complained about the game encouraging a gambling mentality. And there was also a time where hard feelings among students when they started playing for keeps. You know, when you play the game, eventually when you lose, whoever the winner is will keep everything for themselves. So instead of the game being played for fun, you know, just enjoying it, having that conversation, having that connection with the people, it began to shift towards betting your pogs for the winners to keep it. And how is this pog story connected to my talk right now? It's really critical for us to be able to capture the situation where at times there are things that we enjoy when we were kids, but when it's being put into a space of play, to a space of you need to do it because you're gonna get something out of it that's tangible that you can see, which is in this example specifically to Pog, the thing, the way that we see the game changes. So it's no longer going to be play. It's going to be more of us doing it because we're going to achieve something. And I'll share to you what motivational quotient is first. You might be asking, what is motivational quotient? This is the first time probably you've heard this. If you were working in the corporate area, is this something being discussed? I seldom hear this in the workplace. But what is motivational quotient? Motivational quotient is an individual's inner drive to achieve and grow. It's an individual drive to achieve and grow. If you can remember a time where, or recently you remember a time where you're motivated, you know, you want to do something because you know that there is something that you would get out of it, either a tangible or intangible thing. That is something that you move toward to, and eventually um, that thing that you get, which you can be proud of, and also in the process of growth, if you want to get promoted, maybe you wanted to learn more things for you to be able to be able to improve your skills, your talents, and that is what motivational quotient is. And the factors for motivation, motivation, are anchored towards our past experiences. It's also anchored towards expectations and the goals that we have. It is also about your confidence, your personality, and your attitude. These are the factors for motivation, and your emotional and mental well-being. So these are the factors on what drives our motivation. And I'm not gonna really dive into this specifically, but what I would want to dive into for everyone to, you know, to take a look at, reflect on it, and try to understand how we are currently responding towards motivation and how we currently look at it. Let me introduce to you the human society operating system. And I'm going to give you three operating systems that we have used, we're currently using, or we need to use, or we need to transition in the future. And these are the operating system that has guided us in the evolution of humans on how we live our life and how we do things, on how we see things. And let me introduce to you first the oldest operating system that we have, which is the Motivation 1.0. And the Motivation 1.0 is very simple. It's about survival. You know, it's about survival and satisfying our needs, you know, the need for food, and also the need to stay alive. If you can remember the movies, like the movies in the prehistoric ages, you would see the most of the images you see there is they're running away from a saber-tooth tiger, and they're trying to protect themselves so that they won't get killed. And this is also our needs in the motivation 1.0 for survival, for food and water. And that's where our ancestors have really focused on, and that's the reason why they've survived during that time. Now, the second human society operating system is motivation 2.0, which is reward and punishment. And if you remember last time, I've talked about this in my previous talk, and I talk about rewards and punishment and being in a carrot and stick. And motivation 2.0 is focused on extrinsic drive, which means you do it because you would know that you would get something out of it, and so you would get something out of it. It can be a promotion, it can be a you're being acknowledged for the good work that you do. It can be something of a tangible a gift maybe, or those kinds of things. And those are carrot and stick theory, in which we would need, and I'll put the context in a workplace environment, that we would need to comply for us not to get punished in any way whatsoever. And that is where rewards and punishment, still in the workplace, you would still see that still happening, where you need to follow processes, you need to follow rules, you need to follow the conversations that you have for you to be able to get the results that's expected of you. And that is where we try to avoid the punishment, and then also we work on getting the reward, because the more that we push, right, the more that we work hard for it, the more that we will get the reward or the carrot from other people. Now, the challenge is, in the carrot and stick theory, there are 7 deadly flaws. And I would like for you to reflect on it, take a look at it, and reflect on it, and see if this is something that you can see with your workmates, maybe with your friends, maybe you also experience this, and just find that one thing that you can connect with. The first one, the first 7 deadly flaws is they can extinguish intrinsic motivation. What does that mean? It means that you're not all of the things that you do right now because you know in your mind that you're gonna get something out of it that you would be able to see. Your intrinsic motivation, your heart for doing it, your love for doing it, dies down. It gets extinguished. Though the fire in you, the reason why you're doing it because you love doing it, you like doing it, that stops. Because the focus now is getting a reward or avoiding getting punished. The second is they can diminish performance. There's a lot of research in the internet, and you can use that. That the more you use carrot and stick and punishment and reward, the performance would decline eventually. And I've seen that in the workplace as well. I've been coming back in a corporate perspective for the last 14 years of my career. I've seen that the performance diminish. When you have a new employee, that person is really performing, and eventually, as the time progresses, because of these new things that you're adding, that they can get a reward and they know that they can get punished, their performance starts declining. The third is they can crush creativity. Well, very simple, right? If you know that this is the process, this is the limits that you need to do, this is the things that you need to do for you to be able to comply to it, then you would lose the creativity because you're limited towards what is being asked of you and what you can do. Fourth is they can crowd out good behavior. What does that mean? At times you were doing this because in your heart you know that it's the right thing to do, but eventually the good behaviors gets diminished because some of the people might feel that, hey, this is a recurring thing, I'm not enjoying it, and maybe they will just do something else. I've seen a lot of people in the workplace that are having good performance coming in, but at the long term, they start being absent, they started being late, their performance started declining because of the behaviors that they have ensued before is no longer there. The fifth is they encourage cheating, shortcuts, and unethical behavior. And this is widely seen in my experience. And this is where the carrot and sticks flaws happen because of the people, instead of them being focused on there and being motivated to do the things that they love to do, this one comes in. They can also become addictive in carrot and sticks. Why? Really, the focus on really getting that carrot, enjoying that, having that um, pleasure in all the things that you do, instead of really focusing on what they love to do. They focus on the goal or what they will achieve. And lastly, they can foster short-term thinking, because instead of looking at things in the long term, on a long, more of what will benefit them long term, they will just think about it on a short-term perspective. So it really limits the thinking on and how people see things in the future, because maybe some of the things that they need to do now would reap the reward in the future. Now, those are the seven deadly flaws of carrots and stick. And today, I wanted to introduce to you a new operating system. That's this has been talked about in books. You can check the book of Dan Pink, and Dan Pink talks about motivation 3.0, which talks about engagement. And what does engagement mean? So from motivation 1.0, you talk about the basic needs of our biology, human beings, for us to survive. And motivation 2.0 talks about our psychological needs, which is our compliance and the need to comply, the need to do the things that's being told by you for you to get the reward and punishment, which is extrinsic motivation. And motivation 3.0 is self fulfillment needs. It means being engaged towards the work that you do. And motivation 3.0 is intrinsic, it's in you. The game for you, the intention when you're doing something because you know it's play, and the reward for them is you being able to do the things that you love, rather than the motivation 2.0 focuses on reward and punishment. And eventually that all came tumbling down, because you can the sustainability is not that great. But if employees or people and even individuals as us focus on the intrinsic motivation, and for us to be able to engage with the work we do, then it's a different conversation. So how does this look like? How does motivation 3.0 look like? Let me share to you two types of motivation. There is an extrinsic motivation, which is from the outside, the one that you get, which is motivation 2.0, if you can still remember. It talks about compensation, punishment, and reward. You do things because you're gonna get something out of it. Um, and the other one is intrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation from within. You can see that it's about autonomy, mastery, and purpose. Intrinsic motivation is what we do with our lives because it's something that we will reward from within. It's not because we are getting a reward and avoiding punishment, but because we do it because we love it and we like doing it. And if you can see the arrow from the intrinsic motivation is from the heart to the mind, rather than the other one is really outside from the mind. And that's where the difference comes in. And these two are things that we need to start taking a look at what really motivates us, what brings meaning and fulfillment on the things that we do right now as of the moment. Is it playing a guitar? Is it being able to cook? Is it being able to help other people? What motivates us from within? Because autonomy, mastery, and purpose would be able to help you find why you do or discover why you do what you do. Like, why do you wake up in the morning? What's the biggest or the most important thing on why you do the things that you do? And for those of you who's watching, I would like to invite you for my mastering leadability, harnessing the power of self leadership. If you are interested, and this is a free introductory in my masterclass. You will learn how to live your life with autonomy, which is the desire to direct our lives. Mastery, which is the urge to make progress and getting better at something that matters to us. And also purpose in yearning to do something of service to other people. Something much larger than ourselves. And really being intentional every step of the way, and every time that we have, and even the money that we spend to achieve something much greater than ourselves. And if you are someone who's looking for that, you may message me to reserve your spot to 0917 4200. Just send me your email address so that you can receive my updates from your email on when we will schedule the introduction. So, coming back. This one, you guys are familiar. I've shared this as well from my previous talk. Talk about the motivational theories, the Maslow hierarchy of needs. And we talk about the basic needs and psychosocial needs. And this is the detail of it if you take a look at it. And the autonomy mastery purpose falls within the self-fulfillment needs. And that's in the middle. Once you're able to find your autonomy, um, take a look at autonomy as someone or 1,000 people that's working together to have fun. Just having fun doing it, not expecting of waiting for payment or what we do. They have those freedom that they want to choose whatever they want, whatever work they need to do. It just talks about time, technique, task, and the team. Focusing on that. And mastery talks about adding one's own expertise, what you're good at, what you're great at, and earning respect within the community because that is something that you're gifted of. That is something that you can give to other people. And what supports this and getting your mastery is honing that skill, honing that talent, the talent that what you have, which you already have. Every one of us has it. But because when we were growing up, a lot of people told us that you hindi mo pagkakaperahan yung gift mo. That's not true. You can make you can utilize your talent to earn income. And tomorrow, if you want to join us, Master Coach is gonna do a talk tomorrow at 7 p.m. And it's really a wonderful talk to really learn how you can utilize your talents and use that for you to gain income. And lastly, the purpose. Being part of a movement to create a shared body of knowledge to the world. Doing something because your heart really desires for you to want it. It gives you joy. It gives you the feeling that you're just fulfilled. It's a mission, it's a contribution, it's your biggest why. And it's something that um, a lot of us, and I think most of us really are looking for right now, especially with the pandemic right now. We can't get out of our homes. We cannot travel. We're looking for the things of what else can we do? What else can we do that's meaningful and fulfillment for us? That we'd be able to change the course of history. And if we're able to find our autonomy and mastery and purpose, and we're able to get that middle, which is for us to be able to be engaged on the things that we do, because that is our heart's desire, I think it's just going to be a wonderful world where people are being there, connecting with each other, and just having a moment of sharing their gifts and talents and exchanging them and having conversation, deeper conversation to really connect from the heart rather than just focusing on the things, the material things, or the external things that, maybe it will make us happy at the short term, but the long term, we're still longing for something. Stephen R. Covey said that motivation is a fire from within. If someone else tries to light that fire under you, chances are it will burn very briefly. And if you think about it, if you think about motivation, if you attended a talk, I've experienced a time where motivation only runs for a short amount of time, but eventually it dies down because you know that there are always some things that you would still need to do for you to be a better person. But if you are clear of what you want, if you are clear moving towards a certain goal that you have or a dream that you have that gives you autonomy, mastery, and purpose, you're always going to be motivated. You're always going to be in a space where you're going to do the things that you need to do, even though it's uncomfortable, even though you experience pain, even sometimes that you experience suffering, because you know that in your heart, that is something that you really want. And you know you're called for a greater purpose. And if we are able to do that, we can light our own fire and we can keep on continuing moving forward and help other people find theirs too. It's just going to be a wonderful time and a wonderful experience for everyone and the future of our children and their children's children. So that's it for me. Thank you very much for watching. If you need life coaching services, if you want to, I would like to work I would like to work for you. Let's work together. You may email me at shaundejoya@gmail.com, or you may call me or message me at 0917-569-4200. Or you can visit my page. My personal page is Sean Chong De Joya if you just want to get to know me. My page is Coach Shaun De Joya. And also I have a coaching group, which is self-leadership coaching community, where I help people learn and develop their self-leadership skills. So that's it for me. I hope you've enjoyed your time. Tomorrow we'll still have a Brewing Live. So just keep informed in Decap Coffee Republic, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.